light this from now because I feel like we're gonna need some extra of this today. What's up, everybody? No, I don't like that. Hey, y'all. What's up, everybody? No. What it is, ho? What's up? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to your safe space. I'm here with another reading, obviously. And I've already got this going because I don't know what's gonna come up, but I just felt like lighting it, and I know that I'll be lighting it again at some point. I just watched oops, bless you, Rue. Salud. That's Ruru. That's probably from the stage, no? Huh, baby. Okay, so I just finished binge watching Happy Shiny People about, and it's on Prime, so if you have that, you know, I'm not going to go into detail about anything really. So I watched the documentary, and when I watch things like that, or when I see something on the news or wherever I might get the information from, I really feel compelled in that moment to understand them first and foremost. I take in what everybody says and the pictures that they paint of a person. But I don't really let that determine how I view the person. My readings are more to understand, to hold compassion, to understand the person. What the hell were they thinking or feeling? What was in their psyche? If I can pull it, that's the intention. If I can gather that. And so in the documentary, there were a lot of just really insightful claims, and it's just eye-opening through and through about the religion, not religion, or the principles that Bill Gothard, this man here, founded. And so it is the IBLM principles, and these are the Duggars, and they kind of made his teachings popular, or at least more popular. So I think that the first thing that I would like to do is understand Bill Gothard and why he would create these principles, especially when it harbors so much fear and control. Just what the hell was he going through, and what prompted him, if I can get there, what prompted him to create that? And then I just want to do a reading on these guys because, again, I think that they're the most popular or most famous. And yeah. Was it hard for you too, watching the series? I don't know about you, but I did not see any dogs. I did not see any dogs in that documentary. Zip. Nada. Okay. Enough of that. So, let me light this again. For you at home, So I'll leave this here for when I'm ready. I just want to tune into Bill for a second and try to read his energy. And I feel like he's very sly and sneaky. Like he's the master of charades is what I just felt like saying. What is it? A carmelian. Did I say carmelian? Is it chameleon? Yeah, I think that's it. I feel that he knows how to get people to do what he wants indirectly without, people really knowing. He'll mask things and not really be upfront and honest. He will sugarcoat it or just manipulate it entirely. You think if he's asking you for a pencil, for example, it's just he wants to see your nails or your fingers or something like that. Like he'll do things or ask you to do things or portray himself one way, and he gets what he wants by masking it. So sometimes, and I think that's just part of, I don't know if that's part of what he taught in his principles, his basic principle teachings, but I think that's a part of why I get the feeling that, if allegations are raised against him, you would just be like, what? Him? No way. He's the sweetest person. He'd never be able to do something like that. He's not capable of mistreating people. But he's very sly and cunning, very smart in that way. And I don't know his upbringing, but I feel that a lack of either a motherly love, neglect from a female or something along those lines is one of the main reasons why he made women to be and thought women should be so submissive. Whether that is, for the children's sake, and I feel like the principles that were taught, that were created, were from literally picking apart pieces and traumatic events from his early life, Bill Gothard, and intertwining it with the Bible. And so that would be like, I was neglected. This is how I feel that it happened as it was coming together, these ideas. As an example, me, if I were neglected, or no, let me use the example that how I felt before about Bill. Let me use the example that I was severely neglected by a maternal figure in my life. So based off of that, I know that it caused some lingering pain, some hurts, some traumas maybe that I didn't get over. So let me find a biblical reference to why women need to be docile and just focus on the children, making sure the children are getting what they need. Because if I received that love, I would have gotten here, or I would have gotten there, or because I suffered so much without it, I need the next generation to just be, you know. And so I feel like along those lines, it can be applied to all the principles that were created. There's something about innocence here that is really kind of creepy. Where would he have gotten the innocence from? I think what I'm feeling is once a woman specifically was part of the appeal of a person that hasn't had any sort of sexual experiences in their lives, doesn't know much of the world outside of the teachings that are taught that he created. There's this purity and this innocence that appeals to him, and from what the documentary says, a lot of other people in this group. I don't know. It's just, yeah, the appeal of having something that hasn't been soiled. And so, yeah, let's get into the cards. I'd like to know what the hell he was thinking. Okay. These two came out. Interesting, the Seven of Swords would come out with the Page of Wands. It's too much. Oh, should I take? Well, I'll take this because it came out, and then I'll see what's going on. Okay, bottom of the deck is Ace of Pentacles. Oh, can't even see that. Okay, so the Page of Wands, to me, feels like we're focused on bringing something forth. We're bringing something forward. We're bringing something forth. A new, I feel excitement about this. Like, this is going to, we're going to create the perfect system, if that makes sense. Now, the Seven of Swords is here. So this to me is like, this is how they view their teachings and this foundation, these principles, this, I don't want to use the word cult, but this movement, this group. So here it's like somebody's focused on this, something new, being excited about it, bringing it forth, being excited to, I don't know, change the world by offering something that is perfect. But a lot of it is, again, by way of deceit, by way of manipulation. How I said earlier that it felt like he took previous traumas, figured out what is the correct way to live, and by using biblical phrases to reinforce what he was, thinking. And I think in the documentary, it was saying that he, along with other people, came up with the principles and everything that are, that it's founded on, so that were created. So, and I feel like maybe all of them did that. So that is, again, manipulation, not being truthful. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. It's interesting 'cause I don't know if that's literally his mother, a mother figure in his life, or if that's just how he views women, as women are fruitful, women, can birth things and create life. And let me see what the other cards. So the Five of Cups reversed, Page of Swords reversed, and the Two of Wands. I think it's like, how do we get people to follow? It's the women. It's the women. That's who we need to focus on, to be submissive. This should be on the other side. Over here. Five of Cups reverse to me is like, I'm getting over the pain. I'm not really focused on what's missing or what I don't have, and grieving maybe the loss of something or someone. That could also be his mother, or that motherly figure that he kind of, I don't know. To me, it's like he saw, or he thought that he was over not receiving that comfort and that nurture at home from his mother, thinking he's over it, just accepting it, not really healing from it, not really dealing with it. And I feel like as a result of that, he began to learn how to like seduce women, like very poetically, very eloquently, like nobody would know. I feel like what brought him his downside, or maybe how he got caught, was being impatient. In his grooming, which is interesting. But okay. So I feel like what this is saying is the reason, or why he came up with these new teachings is, to me, I'm feeling a motherly figure not being there, not, either it's missing, it's negligent, he didn't receive that love that he feels he should have gotten from a motherly figure, his mother or grandmother, or I don't know. And so not being over that, thinking he was over that. I feel like the teachings were based upon these traumas, these hurts, these pains that were not really dealt with. Wanting to create this new perfect life, a world, and being focused on how to just do it, how to just put it into play. Really and truly, it's by way of the women. Women, through submission, and also by them multiplying so much. They can literally build armies, groups of people. And I feel like, again, through his experiences growing up, he's just learned how to be really a seducer. Like, just, and you'd never know. He can take the panties off of you and you just wouldn't even know what the hell's happening. Let me... I don't know if that is talking about the Empress in reverse. I don't know. It says, this is the Ten of Wands in reverse. It says collapse, breakdown. I don't know if that's him in his position or if that's just the movement. IBLP. Well, again, I feel like he got himself into trouble because he learned how to seduce women and get them to do what he wanted to, but at times he was really patient. He was really impatient. And it's like you show your true colors when he wasn't patient enough to follow his techniques, his own techniques of seduction. And there's a collapse and breakdown. Too much burden, too much on to take on for people. With the Ten of Wands in reverse, you also have the Empress in reverse. As much as, I mean, because I don't like predicting things, but I have to read what I feel I am being called to read. So I thought at first this will mean him, collapse, breakdown, but I feel like it's the movement that they've got going on. There'll be a collapse of that because I don't know, these two cards, the Empress is in reverse, and to me that's like you don't want to comply anymore. You don't want to submit anymore to somebody who is the King of Swords, the king of the house, just the king. I feel like women's lack of cooperation because they're waking up is going to bring this down. They're going to lose a lot of people eventually to support these teachings anymore, or at least for much longer. So okay, I would like to do quickly a Jim Bob situation. Jim Bob is this guy. Michelle is the wife. I just maybe want to do I don't know. Let's see what we get. I don't know why. I just felt like saying the word brainwashed. I don't know, but I feel like she is. excuse me. I feel like she is, and I feel like, I don't know, Bill's eyes are softer than Jim's. Jim, I feel like, looks down on a lot of people, like with disgust. Like he just doesn't feel like, I feel like control is enticing and exciting for him. I mean, and if controlling 19 freaking kids and a wife isn't enough, they said in the program that he's like the new leader of the I'm about to say LGBT, LM, I don't know anymore. He's the new leader of whatever this Bill Gothard started. I really need to get it together and get my acronyms and get my facts, but literally I watched the series and I'm like, let me do a reading because I need to figure out why this person would create such a monstrosity of a religion. Anyways, and it doesn't feel like Jim Bob is in any way sorry for how he is or what. It feels like he thinks he's doing the right thing, according to Bill. It gave him the freedom, this religion gave him the freedom. Well, they said in the thing it's not a religion, but I'm going to call it a religion because I don't know the acronyms and I don't want to offend people. So I'm just going to call it a religion. Anyways, it seemed that it gave Jim Bob what he was looking for, total control. He likes control. So it gave him that. Unapologetically, just relentlessly, no opposition, just total acceptance and submission. And fucking Michelle, sorry, let me not be judgmental. I feel like she's tried to convince herself that she's doing, I just get sadness in this picture, and it feels like she feels she's doing the right thing. She's doing everything she's supposed to be doing, that she believes that she should be doing. But it still feels like she's not fulfilled. She's not having much joy. What is, let's see. What's going on with Jim Bob and Michelle? What's going on with them now? Interesting that these cards would come up. The Three of Wands is looking for the next step, looking for expansion, growth, direction, actively pursuing that growth, and actually waiting for your returns. So looking to get ahead always, the next step. What is my next move? How can I get there? And which doesn't surprise me because he seems like that type, you know. I have goals. I want to see what I can do next. The King of Cups, somebody that's emotionally mature and open. And then the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Being free, being open, being sharing with others, being generous, being giving. So that surprises me. I don't know who I'm reading on. That might be, that's too much. Three of Cups in reverse might be Michelle, which is, you know, loneliness, isolation, scandals, gossip, and it's weighing on her. It's weighing on her. Interesting that this card would come up again. Three of Cups in reverse. So I feel like this is the community around them, obviously gossiping with all the scandals going on, is leading her to feel a lot more isolated, especially coming from, it seems like she's a woman that is very much about community or about support, or just maybe she feels like she's lost the support she had. There's a breakdown here. There's a just, you can't continue anymore. Something's got to give, and it gave. Releasing some of the burdens, just collapsing, having a breakdown over things revealing themselves. And so I feel like, I don't understand this top part yet, but this I feel like is more Michelle losing her shit about all the scandals that are revealed. I feel like in a way it's like, that's a bad look on me as a mother, or the way that I've raised my children, even though I've basically followed it to a T, to the plan. And I feel like if Jim Bob does feel any of this down here, it's either mildly or like he doesn't even, he would disguise it well. So it's almost what I feel from up here is almost like he's trying to be this person now to counter whatever scandals and whatever is being said about him through documentaries like that, which is just more manipulation. It feels like he's trying to be the opposite now, to show people like, no, that's not me. But this is all faded. What else? What can we end with? Well, let's just, another breakdown. I don't want to end on a bad note. Okay. So this is going to be a bumpy ride, I feel like, for them. I feel like we are going to see the beginnings of this collapse that I keep seeing. And I feel like with especially social media, just you can't escape this anymore. And I just feel like this is going to be a bumpy ride for them.